Hi guys, this is Al from elbowpepper.com, and today I'm going to show you the unboxing of my Asian pear grafted 3-tier espalier and an apple columnar. So let's break open the box and see what's inside. So here it is, bundled up together. You can see the roots are all wrapped to keep them moist. Got this bamboo here to keep them structurally supported through shipment. And I'm going to take a second, I'm going to cut this apart, then we'll talk about it. Alright, so as you can see, I've separated the two trees from the packaging. I've unpacked the roots, and here side by side you can see there's on this side the espalier and on this side the columnar. So this is a 3-tier, 1, 2, 3-tier pear tree. It's an Asian pear, and each of these is different grafts of different varieties that are supposed to be able to all grow on this one rootstock. Here's the root system. You can see it's a bare root setup, so you have to keep this moist. You can't let it freeze, you can't let it dry out. An area like here, those are where the grafts are. So upon arrival, you want to inspect these. I can already see here a little bit of damage on this bark, so I have to be careful, pay good attention to that. Maybe I might have something I can wrap this with in order to help that to heal properly and make sure that that branch to this side doesn't end up dying. We don't want that. But you can see the different buds all along the branches. Looks like they're alive, so hopefully they're going to bud out, and I want to get this planted right away. For the time being, it's the evening. I just got this today. I'm going to pack this in some damp peat moss because I can't plant it till I get home tomorrow, and then I'll get it in the ground. Now, this is the columnar. This is an apple, and it's a columnar because that's the growing style. Here's from the rootstock up. You can see there's primarily, there's some side branches, but really there's this primary leader that goes all the way up. And the main growth pattern of this is it grows straight up, kind of like a column. And that means that instead of having an apple tree that has a diameter of 30 feet or whatever, you have one that has a diameter of maybe 2 feet, and you can keep it nicely pruned. And this bud right here, that's the terminal bud. That's where the vertical growth comes from. That's the first thing you want to do, is double check, make sure that hasn't died out or anything like that. And right out of the box, something I noticed right away is that there's a crack on this. So how badly damaged is this? I don't know. I'm going to have to splint this and tie it up somehow. That way it stays straight, and hopefully there's enough connective tissue that it'll just heal, and this whole top bud, this terminal bud, won't die. Because if that dies, then your vertical growth is affected, and there goes your columnar. I mean, it's not going to, it'll put out these side branches, and you can try to get growth that way, but you really want this primary, this main artery, to be undamaged. You don't want to really cut that. You want to let that grow up at least until you get it to the height that you want it to be. So a columnar is great for urban gardening. It's an excellent way to be able to have a variety of maybe an apple, you could have a couple varieties side by side for cross-pollination, and yet it's very compact growth. People think about apple trees, they think about bushels and bushels and bushels of apples. Well, for maybe 1 or 2 people, you don't need that, and this will provide a small amount that actually might be just the right amount for you. And the espalier, it's a great way to put something, it grows in a 2-dimensional plane. So you can train this how you want. You can kind of bend these limbs, tie them up to things if you want them to go perfectly horizontal, if you want to maybe create some sort of a pattern with them. But you can put them up against a fence, up against in front of a wall, and just train them to be flat. And they'll just grow out, but they won't grow towards you away from the wall unless you were to let them. But that's what makes an espalier great. And if you go on Google, you look up espalier, you'll find just so many different ideas of ways that you can grow trees. And it's an excellent method, once again, for urban gardening where you don't have much space, but you want to be able to have some different varieties of fruit trees that you're growing yourself. And compounded with that growth pattern of an espalier is the multiple grafted system we have here. 3 different types, 3 different varieties of pears. Pretty cool. 1 tree, lots of different pears. How can you go wrong with that? So as long as you take good care of those graft points where the unions are, you don't let them snap. Train the thing however you want it to be. I'm hoping that it works out well for me. Along with this columnar, like I said, a little bit of damage, so I'm going to have to tend to that and see if maybe it might pull through. Hopefully I won't lose any of these limbs on the espalier. Hopefully, like, that vertical growth on the columnar won't get messed up. I'm going to try them out, see how it goes. But both of these types of trees are excellent solutions if you don't have much space, but you still want to grow some fruit trees. You can do it. Look up columnars, look up espaliers. Well, that was my unboxing video. Thanks for checking it out. And once again, you can always get some different ideas of other things to try by going to elbowpepper.com. So check out my site, check out some of my other videos.